Well then, hey Hayden, cue
Hey.
up that intro. Bam, bam,
Bow,
bam, down,
bow.
down,
That's right.
down.
No, no, no. It's not how it's gonna go.
Oh, so we just look like
Okay.
idiots now. Yeah.
Okay.
No, no. I'll leave that in. I'll leave it in. No cuts, remember. No cuts.
Okay.
No cuts. All right. Welcome to Chummy Thumbs, everyone. Guess what I've got? I got the old teleprompter back.
Yes.
Teleprompt.
Oh, you
Teleprompting.
started it.
I have started it. Have we got a show for you today? Yes, we do. Oh man, it's gone great so far. You may have come to know us as a source of entertainment and insight. Not your number one source, but a source nonetheless. Today we've got a little loony movie news. Some moments in our life that you guys were just talking about that I'm going to go back to because I've got some things to chat with you guys. And a little tiny weeny little segment called Relationship Bingo Card. And all of that before... Yeah, sprinkle.
I think I have to go for that part. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That sounds
No
dang.
joke. It is so small that it is technically the
How small is it?
it's small enough to be a segue into the main discussion, which will be
It
the
may
movie.
not be long, but it sure is skinny.
Oh, you go. Yeah. Let it out. Let it all out. It's out. You just can't tell. Our movie discussion for this week: the 1988 film *The Naked Gun* from the files of the police force. Hence why Justin has some kind of weapon. The video will be great on this because it looks like Justin is like a guy from the Eastern European. This is my Tinder profile.
Eels.
Yes. All
What
the
does it
ladies
say?
love
like
me.
fighting great war.
Kill Mac. I can't.
Mackie Ho?
Kill machine. This is Deadpool's.
Oh, Kill Machine. Okay.
Oh, I thought it said Machine Ho.
Well,
Well,
up for interpretation.
I can read English.
sounds so dirty. I love it.
Okay, everybody, let's go. Long weekend has been good, fellas. I went and got completely wind sunburnt on a boat yesterday. That was fun.
Nice. Where did you boat?
We went up to Harrison Hot Springs.
Oh, isn't there a fire or some shit up there?
There
I thought they
was.
closed part of it down. Yeah.
They closed the
surf-
campsite down, and we rowed the boat out to check it out. It was kind of fascinating to watch because you see all the helicopters just going back and forth constantly, dipping into the water, putting it out, and they did a really good job. So, big props to BC Fireys.
Mm-hmm.
But
Shout out. Yep.
I saw there's a lot of fires going on in BC right now, and one of them was caused by a bird. An osprey had dropped a fish on some power lines. And
No.
I saw that one
No.
too. I saw that one
Did you
too.
Find that bird. Find that bird.
Find that
and
bird.
Fucking shoot it right now.
Well, that's like the biggest one that's still burning was started by an RCMP car. Yeah, its spare tire flew off and sparked a fire, and it's still burning. That was like
I didn't know it was RCMP, and I didn't know it was from that, but I knew it started from. Somebody said it started from a car fire, and that's the one that burnt up the hill, right?
I think
Heading
so.
towards West Kelowna. And they had to evacuate like 400 residents or something.
Something like
Because
that.
it's getting worse, man. I'm telling you, like, there have been times where Kate and I have been in discussions about maybe moving, right? And like the Okanagan and Kelowna and like that area, whenever we would kind of talk about it, we would always be like, but it's like, it seems like the fires are getting worse. And they are, man. Like every year, like they're evacuating that area. And like Lytton, again, like 98% of the town burnt down 4 years ago. People are still, having their lives trying to be put back together, and they're getting evacuated because of fires.
yeah.
Like it's just, it sucks.
Which is, I always go, how is there anything left to burn? Which is a silly thing to say, but when you see, because it's like so much is burnt, you're like, well, is there anything left to still be fuel? But then you go and like see these fires, and it's like, this is 140 hectares, and you're like, that sounds like a lot, but it's like, a speck on the side of a mountain. It's still a massive amount of land, but you forget how big the forests actually are, and it's crazy.
For sure. Yeah.
But
Anyway,
that's
so
what
you
I
were
did.
boating.
We were boating.
So you're out boating. Did you guys do any like tubing or wakeboarding or anything like that? Or you just went to
we just went up
watch other
there.
people's misery in the fire?
There was no one around. They closed the
Hey,
campsite.
look at that house burning over there.
It was literally in the wild, but it was right next to a campsite, and there was this lady on the beach just like set up her camp chairs watching the fire. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure they've evacuated this campsite, but you don't care. No, we drove up there, and Alex's dad and partner have a trailer, and they just like rent a site every sort of weekend, and he has a company boat that whoever works for the company gets to go up whenever they want and use it.
Nice.
So it's just a big pontoon one. So it's just a big flat bed thing and cruise along the lake. And it was good. Good times. It wasn't too hot, so it was kind of nice out on the water, not getting like absolutely blasted by the sun. But it took us so long to get back.
Oh yeah.
Because the wind kicked up in the afternoon, and that's why, like, because we were hitting. Who would have thought there would be freaking waves on a lake? But
Anybody who's ever been on a lake before, but so I'm guessing by the
hey, and to my credit, the lakes where I'm from are all man-made, so they're tiny. They're not these giant ocean lakes that you guys have here in Canada.
Yeah, we got some big lakes, and believe it or not, people, they do produce waves. It's crazy. Actually, that's why I came, because I'm always trying to get her to go houseboating again. I'm like, oh, we gotta go houseboating. But she was just seasick the whole time we were houseboating last time.
Well, remember when we went on a boat trip? And was she suffering from that as well? Do you remember? Probably, right?
No, are you talking about when you rented the speedboat? We went up the Indian Arm?
like the
houseboat,
the big boat,
the big boat
that we got like a few people from film school went on.
Yeah, that was the houseboat. You mean up in the Shuswap?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a houseboat. No, she wasn't there.
Oh, for some reason I thought I remembered seeing her, but anyway,
that's where we went to though. We went on the Shuswap, and it was it was too, I don't know, I told her just take gravel the whole time, but she's like, who wants to be on gravel the whole time? It doesn't make her feel well. And I get it, but like, I just love houseboating. I don't know, it's like,
I need to get you back
like
to Australia,
camping, but not camping.
My mom owns a houseboat.
What?
Yeah.
Well,
they built it from the ground up.
Going to Australia.
So wait a minute. So if we come
insane.
visit your mom in Australia, do you think she'll let us stay in the houseboat?
Yeah, because she also has an apartment on the Gold Coast or Queensland, so she's up there most of the time, and then the boat is further down closer to Sydney. So
how often did she use the houseboat?
Well, when they were, so my mum was living in my childhood home, and they built a second house on the property, and then while they were there, they were building a houseboat, and then they moved into the houseboat, sold the house, and while they were on the houseboat, they were buying another house further up north where it's warmer, because, you know, folks, Australia is opposite in terms of temperature. The higher you go, the warmer it is. So she was living on that houseboat for a long time while the house up in Queensland was getting built, but now they're permanently up in Queensland, so they only go down every other month. So
it's a proper houseboat.
It's a proper
like
houseboat.
More of a house than a boat.
Yeah, but it's forever. It's not like the ones in the Vancouver marina that are like houses on the water. It's a boat.
Like Victoria's got some pretty cool ones too.
It's it's moored, but it's like on these giant pontoons, and it's, you know, it's a proper house that can boat. But
did you guys jump in the lake? That's what I was gonna ask, because you were saying how it wasn't that hot. So I was like, oh, were you guys jumping off the side? Probably not if it wasn't that hot. If it was that hot, you're like, let's jump in the lake.
Yeah, I think the water temperature was like 17, and the air temperature was 19. So it wasn't much different. But we didn't have Didn't have any change of clothes. Didn't have swimmers because we weren't anticipating to do that. But then we got absolutely soaked because Alex and I were sitting at the front. So when we hit a bunch of those random waves on the lake,
Those pesky waves.
those
I
pesky
don't
waves,
believe you.
it got
Lake waves don't exist.
yeah. I'm like, the moon's not out. There's no gravitational pull on a lake. What is this? Actually, that's tides. That's tides. But anyway, yeah. So it was a good time. Good time. But what about you guys? Did you do any Pride stuff this weekend gone? 'Cause I know you're both...
I mean, I was pretty proud of some of the work I did in the garden today with Kate.
Nice.
But if you're referring to the parade, no, I didn't even I don't know. I guess I was completely unaware that it was this weekend. And then I think I saw something on social. I was scrolling something about, I think it was Mark Carney being at the Vancouver Pride Parade. And I was like, what? Is it the Pride Parade? Like,
What?
is this last year's? Wait a minute. No, why would he be at last year's? Like, did this just happen? But no.
Hayden, can you answer me this? Why do you guys have the Pride Parade not in the month? Like, why is it? Like, you know what I mean?
Like Australians or
No. Just kidding.
what? So you were trying to
in general,
imply that
Yeah,
I
gay
was
people.
not just
there's
gay,
a
not just the
subtle
gays.
under the table jab, but
That's what
I've
I
always
said.
wondered
I was
that.
like,
I've
why
always
is it
wondered
not?
that why it's separate.
Yeah, I thought it normally was in the month, but then this one was in like the first weekend of August. So I was like,
Yeah.
and
Threw
then
me
there's
off.
another one.
Yeah, threw me off. Yeah. There's another one. What?
There's another one happening in New West in a couple of weeks that
Oh,
we're gonna
Justin,
go.
you and I.
Yeah, well,
Let's
Alex
go.
and I are going because her dad is playing. His band is
Oh.
playing there.
Wait, hold
And
on.
he's-
When is this? We can all go.
I think it's
maybe.
August like 16th.
Yeah, I was like, if he says that the weekend of the 16th, 17th, that's a no for me.
Okay. I got a Creed concert to go to, so.
Oh, nice.
Literally, you're actually going to see
I've
Creed?
actually- yeah.
Nice.
That's
was very
Alex's
cheap.
dad. Alex.
Yes.
He's dressing in
Alex's dad.
drag. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, you know what we did get to do this weekend, which was incredible. That I was even talking to Kate about. I was like, when's the last time we've got to do this? Man, we watched some shit, and not like late at night. Like sometimes we'd watch some stuff late, but we did some like day Netflix binging. It was incredible. We got through a series called Untamed with Eric Bana. And
I saw that. I
As you
didn't watch it. I
represent.
saw the poster for it. Yeah.
I've seen it. I saw it so much, and then we're like, we want to find a good show. We're like, let's try this one. We're happy we did. Both really enjoyed it. And then this new, or not new, it's older, but it's a one that we hadn't watched before called Parenthood. And that's sort of like the lighter one, even though it's not necessary. It's funny because it's funny, but it also has like really like heart-wrenching moments that will bring a tear to your eye. So we kind of watched that one as a lighter one, but then we've also started. We are we're over halfway through a series called Department Q. Have you seen that one?
Oh yeah, I finished that.
Yeah. So we are. I'm like, fuck, and like, so we've been doing that one today,
Yeah.
and so we were literally watching it until I had to be here to record. And I was like, oh, like, I just want to fucking message the boys and bail and tell them I
Feeling
can't
sick.
tonight. I just want to finish this with you. Like,
What episode are you on? How many episodes are there again? Do you remember?
I think there's
8 or
10
10?
because, no, not 9. Sorry. There's 9,
okay.
which I love. I love it when they go with like a odd number because usually it's like 8, 10, 12, something like that.
Yeah. And are you halfway? Are you over halfway?
So we are halfway through an episode right now. I think it's episode 6 or 7.
Nice. Getting juicy.
Dude,
Getting
it's
juicy.
I know. Okay, so this is not going to be a spoiler, but Shao, you'll know what I'm talking about. We literally, the last thing before I came down here was you just see for the first time the woman behind the microphone.
Okay.
And I was like,
Okay.
I gotta go, Jack. I was like, no. I was like, what? Oh,
Yeah.
anyways, it's for those of you listening, it's worth checking out Department Q. Hayden, you should check it out too. It's a
It's
British
worth it.
show.
I liked it a lot. Yeah.
It's gnarly, man.
Just really quickly though, Justin, can you give me just a number score for Untamed out of 10? I'm curious if I should check it out or not.
So, okay, I'd pretty much give it probably about an 8.
Okay.
So a fairly high rating, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just, it's really good throughout. And I'm not going to say it's a bad ending because it's not a bad ending. It's not. And I don't want to give that impression. But there was just, I don't know, something, I don't know if I wanted more or maybe I wasn't necessarily happy with how they did it. I'm trying to like, I don't want to say anything, right? But
Right.
it's a really good, it's worth it, man. If you're looking
Okay.
for a show to binge, it's 100% like do it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I really quickly, I binged, did some binging myself. Wendy and I watched a show called Outlast.
Outlast.
So I put it on because on the poster is a grizzly bear catching a salmon. And so I thought it was a nature kind of planet Earth style thing, but it turned out to be a reality show about 4 teams surviving in the Alaskan wild, and they make alliances and they can sabotage and whatever. The only rule is, what was it, that you don't have to end up on the same team you started off with. So at the very beginning, you have like 4 captains, and they pick, what do you do? What are you good at? And come on my team, what kind of thing? And they split up, and they go to their quarters, and then throughout, they can jump ship or whatever. And then the last team to finish the last team who wins will win $1 million. And if you have 2 people in your team, each person gets, $500,000. If you have 4 people, then, you split it, right? So it's pretty interesting, but there's some, reality shows, they kind of ramp it up. They kind of egg people on and all that stuff. You don't know what's really scripted. Sometimes the shots that they do, the angles, you're like, this is not, this is very staged, in a sense. But
Yes.
I overall, I thought it was, we binged the whole thing, season 1. And it was produced by, executive producer was Jason Bateman from Spartless.
There you go. Hey, question for you boys.
Yes.
And I'm going to throw it to Hayden first.
Okay.
What do you think is the two questions? The best reality show and 2, what do you think, what reality show do you think you would do the best at or have the best chance of winning, or you're like, I can fucking do this shit? And if you actually want time to think, I can give you mine first for what I think was the best show.
Sure.
Unless you got it, Hayden.
Well, clearly I'd be the best at Naked and Afraid.
You do like to get naked, and
you're always afraid.
And I'm always afraid.
And you're always afraid.
No, I'm not a big. Depends on what you classify as reality TV. I never really got into it. I watched the first couple of seasons of Survivor, but then I got annoyed that it wasn't the best person that was gonna that would actually survive was the winner. It was whoever was the most conniving and backstabbing.
Manipulative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that kind of bummed me out that it wasn't actually. I guess it's a type of surviving, but if they were really on a desert island, they would all be screwed except for the person that they voted off for being the best. And also Big Brother was always kind of fun initially. And then it became more of a game show with a bunch of people living in a house instead of just a social experiment.
Big Brother's just a bunch of people whispering in different rooms.
Yeah. See, in Australia, there was a version of it called Big Brother Uncut or After Hours or something.
Yep.
Is that because nobody gets circumcised over there?
Yeah, like the
That's
rest of the
probably
world. Where it was all of the like, it was like the unrated stuff. So it was all of the nudity, and it used to get like tons of views, but because it was on late at night. But that's like everyone's like, I want to just see a bunch of normal people naked on TV, and then it became too debaucherous that they had to cancel that version of the show and just go back to the standard. So it's like good old Aussies getting too rowdy.
It's just a giant orgy.
Well, because when you mentioned BB, I actually think that's the best one only because, okay, so first of all, at the beginning seasons, I thought it was quite good. Okay, because like Hayden said, it later on it got, I don't know, around Big Brother. You know, I don't even know what it's on right now, but I think 1 through 5 or something like that. It was still, I thought, a very good reality show because it's you have the after hour thing too. So when they shoot it, you can go online and watch them on webcam. So I think that's one of the truest forms of reality TV because nothing's very scripted in the sense that you feel when you watch Survivor or something. Sometimes you do feel it's okay, this situation is very made up or whatever it is, right? Just because if you just put people on the island, there might not be a lot of drama. There might not be a lot of like, it might be pretty boring.
Like, we missed this set. Do it again. We'll shoot it again. But
yeah, So I think that was my answer for that. As for what would be the best at, I actually asked Wendy this other day. We talked about this, and Bear Grylls has his reality show, and he has one with a celebrity that goes along with him. So if I'm a part of his, as a guest, I think I'll be okay with that, just because I have a guide with me, and they will protect their guests. If I feel really sick, they won't make me finish everything and stuff like that. So
I was always more impressed by the cameraman on Bear Grylls, because whatever Bear Grylls did, cameraman did it as well, but with a camera.
And doesn't have exactly.
I don't know if I ever really watched Bear Grylls. Obviously, I've heard of them, but
did you watch Survivor Man? That's like the next level. Bear Grylls is one dude with a camera crew, and he has to set everything up, and I think he's Canadian too.
Yeah. For me, I think like the best, because I used to watch maybe a little bit more reality shows, but for me, the best one was, and I'm going to even go as far as to say the episode, and that was not episode, sorry, season, was season 1 of Survivor. Because it was just, there was nobody had done it before. Like they were the guinea pigs. We're going to do this. And what's the guy's name?
Who won? Or Jeff Probst? The guy who won was Richard.
Yeah, Richard.
Yeah.
It's like he basically laid out the framework for how all sort of competitive reality shows were going to be in the future. Like that. Like you say, Hayden, it's not necessarily. It was like, didn't he stab that girl in the back at the end in the final 3, I think? And I think she ended up even voting for him because she's like, you had to vote for who you thought played the game the best. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, audience, but it was just like, I don't know, because nobody knew what to expect, right? Yeah. Players, audience. But now you see it that way. And now that's all that it's about, is like, who can you scheme with? Who can you stab in the back? Like, But then people didn't know that was happening. He was doing it, He was the one that was sort of the puppet master. And that was cool to kind of see. But now it's just like, everybody kind of in there to do the same thing.
Yeah, that's the game plan. So I don't know what my game plan would be if I was in those kind of reality shows, because I don't want to come right off the bat being, telling everyone my skills or whatever. I feel like usually the people in the middle, not too quiet and not too loud, the people in the middle, that's kind of, I feel like they step back a little bit and let everyone else duke it out and, out themselves as the weak link or whatever first, and then you can kind of coast a little bit. And yeah, I feel like those sly people kind of get farther.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Hayden, can I ask you a question? And because
No. Yeah, of course you can.
listeners, Hayden not usually, always wears a shirt that is
Yeah.
appropriate
And we appreciate him
and
for
ties in. Yeah, he always wears a shirt. That's the end of my sentence.
Yeah.
No,
He always has a shirt.
a graphic tee that has something to do with today's topic. And unless I'm missing something, Hayden's wearing a red Green Day shirt that I failed to see. What does it say at the bottom? Green Day what?
It says
Okay, I don't. Is first of all, can I ask you? Is there a connection to this?
Think
and Naked
Century
Gun?
Breakdown.
21st Century Breakdown.
there a connection?
There wasn't, but I can. The image
Okay.
on it. The image on
Let's
it.
hear
I can definitely tie it in at some point, just for you, Xiao.
Great. Just it's so
That
for
would-
people who are listening, it's just two people embracing and kissing, a
Yes.
man and a woman.
Just to prove
Justin's allergic to.
men and women.
Fucking
It's like
disgusting.
fucking-
It's Pride Day.
how
Get that
dare,
shit away
how
from me.
dare they?
How dare you? How you dare you show such disrespect? All right, why don't you make the connection now?
Okay, well I'm gonna have
A
to
little
skip over
segue.
my loony newsness, but okay, so
Oh no!
Oh,
we can
yeah,
go back
right.
to it. We can go back to that.
we'll go back to that after the break. Well, no, I have to do it now because this doesn't work otherwise.
Let's do it now. Let's do it now.
All right, let's
just
just do it
cut
now.
it.
Let's
cut
do
it
it now.
This?
No,
No, you're
Looney.
stop rubbing yourself. You fuck. Okay.
I'm not. I'm going over the picture. I'm going over the picture, folks. If I was like licking
You
my
don't need to
fingers
show
and
us where the
then
picture is. We know where the picture is. You're just touching yourself now. This is getting very awkward.
it's like, what cup size am I today, folks?
Dang, those
That's impressive actually.
those look strong. Yeah,
Those are strong.
Holy smokes.
Thanks.
Actually, what do they look like with the
Without the
under
top.
the shirt? Yeah.
Naked and afraid. Naked. And
Naked and afraid. I am afraid to be naked.
Yes. Yeah. So
Movie
no,
news
I wanna-
quickly. Movie
yeah.
news very quickly before
Looney news.
Looney news. So, if any of you are aware, San Diego Comic-Con was recently. I'm not gonna. And there were some big things there, like George Lucas did his first ever appearance at a Comic-Con, which apparently there was like 6,000 people there, and it was nuts. Anyway, the other big news that came out of it was a relatively unknown film because it hadn't been released, and it was never going to be released. Was Coyote versus Acme, a Warner Brothers hybrid animation real life film in the ilk of like Roger Rabbit or Looney
Space Jam.
Tunes, Space Jam, those kind of films. So it was finished in the can. It tested out the roof. They were starting to sort of like promote it. The actors, the animators, the voice actors. And then all of a sudden, Warner Brothers just threw it in the can and said, nah, it's never going to see the light of day. We're going to write it off as a tax write-off. They did it with a couple of films. They did it with Scoob, an animated Scooby-Doo film, and they did it with Batgirl, which had Michael Keaton reprising Batman again in it. And
Sometimes I get it right.
yeah, well, that one was completely finished filming. Like, it was done as well. And they scrapped that one. I would agree with you, Justin. I was not at all a fan of how Batgirl looked in that movie. I was like, nah, that looks like a cheesy CW version, not a big multi-million, hundreds of $1 million Warner Brothers film.
So good.
For those of you not watching the video, Shout had to disappear from
Oh,
camera for a
fuck, that was
couple.
so good. That was so quick.
But
I
anyway,
forgot about that. Anyways, yeah.
yeah. Anyway, everybody that was attached to that film campaigned for release of that film, and Warner Brothers didn't like delete it and trash it. It kind of just sat in limbo. And that was like over a year ago, and I've never seen like social media outpouring from industry professionals to get a film released. And then San Diego Comic-Con, a poster, one shot with a release date. So a
way.
company had purchased the rights from Warner Brothers for like $80 million, I think. And they're going to release it. Cinema release, and then it will see the light of day. And
Dude,
I think
I hope it fucking crushes. Like they bought
Yeah,
it for
same.
80 million. Like I hope
Yeah.
it crushes and these guys just make a shit ton of money off of it.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Stick it
I
to
think
Warner's.
it will because, yeah, they're like, oh, we're going to tax write off because it guaranteed $30 million or whatever. So if this film absolutely smashes it, they'll get zero. I think this company, can't remember who it was, bought the rights entirely. Warner Brothers
Brothers.
gets jack shit if it does well. And this is a huge victory because it's, you know, it's all industries. It's real life actors like you guys. It's voice actors led by Eric Bauza, who is a Canadian. And he is, just recently he did the Day the Earth Blew Up, which is a fully animated Looney Tunes film. And he does the voice of Daffy and Porky Pig, who were the two leads in that. So anyway, big victory out of San Diego Comic-Con. And I'm super excited that it's getting a cinema release.
Okay, so basically what they were thinking, if they thought, oh, the tax write-off is guaranteed 30 million, they didn't think that film was going to make $30 million. That's what that tells me. That, like, they must think this movie is going to be trash. Right? Because if they believed they would get more than 30, why not just do the release and then make more than 30? It's not as big of a loss.
I think it was more the CEO or the head of the studio at the time wanted to go out on a personal win, quote unquote. But then they changed the head of the studio and he was like, well, I can't do anything about it. Something along those lines. But,
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Because everything that led up to it, all of the test screenings, nothing had ever audience tested that well, or nothing in the last like however long. So they were like, we're on a winner. We're on an absolute winner. And I don't think the film cost that much to make. So who knows? I hope that it's not a stinker. No
Yeah.
pun intended.
I hope that people just go and watch it anyways, just to stick it to Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll watch several times, probably. I shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
Sip. I would absolutely. I would love to go see that. I wanted to go see the Day the Earth Blew Up, but I don't even know if it. It had a short run here, but full animated films that aren't Disney or Pixar don't really get much traction. So
That's
tough.
true. That is tough. All right, Hayden, I want to know what the tie-in is.
okay, the
What
tie-in.
your shirt tie-in is.
Okay, so let's bring in relationship bingo card. It is a one and done segment for this week. So over
Wait, why?
Well,
Because you don't want to be asked these questions.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
Well.
one that's called something else, but similar.
you guys can do whatever you want following
We're
on.
gonna call it Connect
This is-
4.
Connect 4.
relationship.
This is this is the first week that we're running it, and I'm using the word that because it seems to be the it phrase at the moment. I didn't anticipate this on my bingo card this year. I'm like, oh yeah, are you surprised by every new thing that happens in the world? Anyway,
I was today's years old when I learned that.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just the new way of that. So over the course of life, eternal, especially in Hollywood, there's always been interesting relationship pairings, and some that we know and some that we forget. Like at some point, Macaulay Culkin was with Mila Kunis. Do you know if you remember that?
Oh,
From-
that wasn't on my relationships bingo card.
just
I
wait,
was
just wait.
today years old when I found out that Mila Kunis.
Serious? They dated for like the longest time before she moved on to Ashton Kutcher real life. Anyway,
Well, they dated. Okay, sorry. I want to do a little fact check there because I think
Yeah.
they dated during that '70s show, and then they broke up, and then maybe that's when, because then Ashton had the Demi phase, and so maybe during that phase, Mila was with Culkin.
Can I guess what the game is, Hayden?
this is the
think I-
game. It's not a game.
Oh,
But go ahead, guess. What is it?
I thought it was. I don't know why I thought it was a game.
No, it's not a game. It's not a game.
I thought you were gonna list like two celebrities, and we would have to guess if they were actually a couple or if it was just.
I mean, I can do that, and it just
And what their celebrity couple names are.
Yeah, like
well, I don't know that, but you can make that up. Okay, we'll do that on the fly.
Bennifer.
Let's go. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
So just to fact check this first one, Macaulay and Mila dated between 2002 and 2011.
Whoa.
what?
Yeah,
That's a long time.
That's 9.
that is a long time. So that is almost the entirety, like you were saying, of that 70s show. Because that started in what, the late 90s?
Does that make sense to you guys? Does that?
That's crazy. I
Like
mean,
you-
Mila was like 15 or 16 when she went, or something like that.
Yeah.
She lied about her age. I know
On
about
70s, yeah. But so is that after Ashton then? I'm trying to think. 70s show would have been out when I was
Before.
in high school, right?
that. Yeah.
Okay, so they dated at the end. Okay.
Okay, so we'll make it a game just to move it on. Did Lenny Kravitz and Nicole Kidman?
Oh God.
Oh, God.
I'll say I think just for the game purposes, I think you're gonna start off with a yes.
Well, I think it's a yes too because also Nicole Kidman's Australian. Like I really want to say no because I don't think Lenny would date an Aussie girl, but Nicole Kidman, Aussie connection with Hayden, it's a yes.
It is a yes. Now, this was from
Lenny-
2003 to
Len Cole.
2005. Len Cole.
Ben Cole,
Len Cole. Yeah.
Ninny,
Nenny.
yeah,
Yeah, I like
Ninny.
Yeah.
They were even engaged as well.
No
Hey.
kidding.
Yeah.
What's today years old? When, no kidding. I'm not gonna do that for
Gonna
every
do that
single
for
fucking one.
all-
I'm sorry.
Nice. Okay, I got one for you.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck and
Jennifer
Nicole
Lopez.
Richie.
Nicole Richie.
Just because you say it that way doesn't mean that she's not a person.
What time frame we talking here?
What are you talking? Like, there's no follow-up questions.
Oh,
I
okay.
Nicole
just give-
Richie and Ben Affleck, did they date?
Yeah.
It just seems so weird that you just randomly pulled these two names out of your asshole.
What?
You know what I mean? It's just
I
like,
like, I
oh,
don't
I
know
have one
things,
for you. You
but I
just
don't know-
name two random fucks. Okay.
Or maybe I'm just doing that to try and get you.
I-
Maybe I always go rock, you know?
I'm gonna say no because I think she's dated like Joel Madden from Good Charlotte for like forever. So no, that's a no from me.
Okay, that's my initial thought, but I want to say yes just to give Justin a little. I want Justin to have this sort of knowledge in his back pocket. I
That's
think it'd be
his-
hilarious
his trivia
if
skill.
he knew, just randomly knew that.
So I'm just going to look this up real quick.
Okay, while he does that, let's think of names for them.
So Nicole and Ben.
Yeah,
Oh, another Nicole.
Yeah.
Richie and Ben. So he's been a
Affleck
Bennifer a
and
couple of times for two different
Yeah.
Jennifers.
Rich Fleck.
Rich Fleck. You're a real rich fleck.
It turns out Hayden was correct. No, they did never dated. There's
I'm
no-
impressed that you just randomly came up with those two names. That's more impressive to me.
Nice.
Nicole Richie. Okay. Hayden, do you have more?
I've got tons more.
Yeah.
Okay. So Courtney Love and Michael Keaton.
No.
I got just devil's advocate. I gotta go yes.
Justin is correct. It was Michael Keaton and Courtney Cox.
Don't
Yeah.
say that in this podcast. This is fucking potty mouth.
Apologize
so,
for that.
So dirty. So dirty.
What is Michael?
I
What
know
we-
it's Pride Parade and all that shit, but you don't just start saying cocks and shit.
Cox and shit? Of course you say that in a pride comment.
What if we do? What
Michael-
would they be? Courtney Cox and Michael Keaton. Mortney Cox with a K.
Mortney.
Yes. Very good. The Cox with a K.
Cox with a K.
Cox with a K. That's it. I love it.
So they dated.
Oh, and here we have Cox with a K as they come out
down
of
the red
limousine.
carpet.
Wow, look what Cox is wearing.
So they dated from 1989 to 1995. So right after the success of Batman, and probably right into when Friends started. I don't know when that show started, but
So right around a time when none of us would have been of age to know what's going on in pop culture.
yep, exactly.
Yeah. Well, Hayden would have known for sure.
Well, yeah,
he
he
would have.
That's true.
Yeah.
I was old enough to watch Batman when I was 4. I did watch that film when I was 4 or 5, and I was like, shouldn't have watched it. Anyway, Janet Jackson
Oh, here we go. JJ.
and Mike Myers.
There's oh my god, this is so bizarre that it might be true. Janet Jackson and Mike Myers.
So here's here's the difference between you and I, Shao. I want to
Okay.
say this.
Okay.
When Hayden's saying them, I see you logically trying to think if it's true or not true.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching Hayden and I'm going, I was with you. The first one, it was a yes. And then Hayden is a structured person. So I knew right away the second one was going to be a no.
No.
So
right.
now I'm not even thinking about Mike Myers and whoever else he said, J-Jax. I'm thinking, would he go back to a yes or would he try and fool us?
Yes,
with a second no.
Right.
Right. So that's what I'm pondering. I see trying to switch up the pattern so soon, but I also feel like he wants to get to his list because he's like, oh, I got lots. So I think he wants to give us a true so I want to say it's true, and maybe he's trying to throw us off with
I
a
like
weird
this.
one.
I like this psychological. I
Yeah.
like that. Let's go with let's double down. It's gonna be a true.
A true? Well, you're
JJ
both
and MM.
wrong. It's wrong.
Oh,
It
no, I
was-
never made it through psychiatry school.
It was
Hey.
Janet Jackson and all right. Matthew
Another
McConaughey.
Another MM. Nice.
2002 to 2006.
Man it Maxon.
Okay, one more before I go into
It's true.
It's true.
It's
just
true.
Just tell us which one.
Just tell us who it is.
Who
Just
dated.
tell us who it is.
Just tell us who dated.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise,
Yeah.
Yeah.
your boy TC, and
I like this
Cher.
acting. I like this acting that he's doing. Like that.
Yeah, he's trying to throw
what's
us off.
As if he
And you
doesn't
know
already have a
what?
list in front of him.
He knows we want him. That we've now made the comment that about him getting through the list. So I think he's gonna give a fake one because
Because he wants to
we called him
trump
out
us
on
all.
it.
Yes.
Yeah, he wants to I don't care about the list. So I'm gonna say that it's true,
Mm.
but I believe that it's not true.
I'll say it's true just because maybe they had a fling that lasted like a week or something like that, and Hayden's like, "Oh, that counts." You know what I mean?
But I think it's
and it's
yeah.
and it's Cher and TC. So Chom.
My answer is true, but I don't think it actually did happen.
Well,
That's
it is
still
true, and it
yeah.
did actually happen.
For how long? For how long? It can't be over a year. Cannot be over a year.
I had it in one. What was it? It was 1985. And in 2013, she actually said that TC was one of her top 5 lovers. So, good job, Mr.
could see
Tom
that.
Cruise.
I can see that.
Good job, Tommy.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. How long did they date for? I have to look this up.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Tom Cruise
Maybe they just had a one-night stand kind of thing.
and Cher.
I've been
Right.
trying really hard in this dead space to come up with a very
A name
bad,
for him?
no, even horrible. This is how dark I am. A really clever way to use tree as a pun or stump or limb or something in reference to Bono or Sonny.
Sonny Bono?
Not being able to something like Tom Cruise because didn't he hit a tree?
He did.
He did hit. Yeah.
That's sad. I should see
Yeah.
that. That's where my
It
head
seems like you're stumped right now, Justin.
I can't find how long they dated for. There's no. It's all just like in the 80s. So it probably was very, very short because that's like right when Tom was exploding as a movie star, and Cher was Cher in the 80s. Anyway, the reason why I had that little bit there was because the last couple of weeks I've seen some really odd. Well, I shouldn't say odd because love is love, and people deserve to be happy. But I've seen some relationships pop up on entertainment news, and I'm like, oh, I never would have thought that. Never would have thought that. So you got Tom Cruise again with Anna de Armas, seen out in the town together, holding hands. I was like, oh, can't. Were they in the last Mission Impossible together? I can't even remember why they would be together.
I don't know.
Looking at your way, Justin. I don't know what they would have started together, or maybe they're just.
I don't even know who that girl is.
You'll know if you see her. She was in the what's the John Wick spin-off thing called?
Oh, ballerina.
She's ballerina. She's also Marilyn Monroe or something.
Yeah.
I don't believe she's in the latest Mission Impossible. No.
So
I don't know about the final one. I haven't seen the final one yet.
And are you gonna talk about this duo, Hayden, Katy Perry?
Yeah, that was the next one.
And JT.
I know who the third one is.
Justin Trudeau and Katy Perry. Now they were seen out to dinner, and then they were said it was just amicable. But I'm like, why would a politician and a pop star randomly go out together?
His son is getting to his son, a musician. He's trying to be like a R&B singer.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Who's the third, Justin?
I'm gonna guess another half Canadian new power couple with Pam Anderson and the one and only Liam Neeson.
Bing, 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 bing. Good job. And that was the third one, and that was one that I was like, well, good on them. That's like really good. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because they start together in the new installment in the Naked Gun series titled The Naked Gun. And I'm guessing it's just a follow-on from the original series with Leslie Nielsen. Close in name. I've heard nothing but praise and good reviews for the new film, saying that it is one of the best comedies you'll see all year. And that's going to be good news for Justin and I because we just watched Happy Gilmore 2 and thought it was hilarious. So if it's better than that, we're in for a treat once it comes.
In for a treat.
Once we either get to the cinema to watch it or it comes on the streaming. But anyway, in honor of that film, I was like, let's watch the original Naked Gun because I don't think I've ever seen it in full, or it's been a very, very long time since I'd seen it. And it had found its way back onto Netflix, all three of those original films. So it was released in 1988, and it was the beginning, I'm going to say, or at the beginnings of the spoof films of the 80s, where you had like Airplane, the Naked Gun films, you had Hot Shots and
Police
all
Squad.
of these,
Police Academy.
Yeah, all of these films. Spaceballs.
So good.
Which I've never seen either. I'm like,
what? Okay,
I know,
we're doing that
next.
Yeah, and they're doing a sequel to that too.
Yes, they are.
With Mel Brooks involved. So
he's like 100 years old.
Yeah.
So anyways,
so I was like, I wonder if, because I hadn't seen it in such a long time, if it was going to be as silly as I remember, or as like popular culture plays it out to be. And I was greatly surprised that it was not as it was hilarious but not as stupid as like some of the new spoof movies are, which are just dumb. I think they're just stupid.
It's pretty fucking dumb, dude.
It's the dumbest. It's the dumbest of dumb humor, but it's not so on the nose like the new ones that just make fun of other films without even changing it. You know what I mean? It's like, here's Scary Movie is a ripoff of Scream, or Not Another Teen Film was just ripoffs of every single teen film. This was a spoof film of all cop films in general, but it wasn't like deliberately doing. It wasn't like here's a Beverly Hills Cop scene or a Lethal Weapon scene that we're just gonna make dumb. They actually,
I know what you mean. Yeah.
yeah, if that makes any sense. So yeah,
No,
some
no.
of the jokes were hilarious and stupid, but I still enjoyed the hilarious and stupidness and how some of them just kept going and going and going.
Yeah, I think I think when we first found out that there was a new one and that Liam Neeson was the helm, I had major doubts. Just because I don't think we've seen Liam Neeson in anything funny like that, because Naked Gun is yeah, it's stupid comedy, but there's also a lot of physical comedy involved. And I just didn't know if he could. I know he can do physical fighting scenes and stuff like that. He did, right? But him being what 70 something or whatever it is now, I just didn't know if he can carry that. And Leslie Nielsen was very very good at physical comedy. I know he can do comedy because he did a short he did a short skit with Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant on Life's Too Short, and that was really funny because he played himself, and he says him being an actor wants to get into improv comedy, and they do like a little workshop scene, and that was really hilarious. But yeah, so when I watched it, the original one today, yeah, yeah, Justin, you're right. There's a lot of stupid stuff, but for some reason, I think this is the part that I don't know is that I grew up watching that film, so I don't know if my love for that movie is because I loved it as a kid. If I didn't watch that as a kid and I watched it for the first time today, would I find it funny? I don't know if I could answer that really. Um, yeah, Justin, you've seen it before, right? As a kid, or is this
You
your
know,
first time watching it?
yeah, definitely. I've seen it before. I'm trying to think if I've seen it all before in one sitting or just like, because back in the day when that show used to be on, sometimes if it was on, it's not like PVR nowadays, right? We're like, oh,
Right.
Naked Gun is playing all this time. I'm going to record it. I definitely like never would have rented it or anything like that. So, but there's parts that I definitely remember.
Mm.
You know, so I was like, oh, I think I've seen this before. Quickly before I say more, I just want to say on the new one coming out with Liam Neeson, I think Liam Neeson could pull it off, and I'm very happy for him, and I'm very
Yeah.
excited to see it because for the longest time, like I've really liked Liam Neeson as an actor throughout his career, except for maybe like the last 5 years or so, maybe a bit more. I don't know, but like around there, maybe yeah, 5-6 years. Because I felt like he was still getting put into these same types of roles that he crushed when he was fucking younger and could do a lot of that stuff, the action, the fighting, and all that. And then it was just kind of becoming the same sort of character for him and all the different stuff he did. So I'm really intrigued to see him in like something completely different. Like I know it's like a police show, but it's not. It's a comedy, right? So, and not just a comedy, but a spoof. So I'm excited for him. I'm excited to see him in it. But yes, this one, I had a plan of how I wanted to watch this type of movie where I think I would have got maximum enjoyment out of it. But when we talked about watching this and until recording, like I didn't have that time. And I ended up just watching it this morning. Woke up, had breakfast, went back to the room, watched it, went on with the day. So not exactly the environment to get the most out of a comedy like this, but it definitely did have moments where I did laugh pretty hard, but other parts of it where I was like, it's just kind of dumb.
Yeah.
You know, and then
No,
and
that's
a lot
fair.
of times,
That's
like
fair.
if I get in the right space for that type of movie, like, you know, in a parallel universe, I am telling you guys a completely different version of my experience watching the show, you know, about how it was so funny and this, and oh my God, I love how ridiculous it was. But no, so it had moments for me, especially when he was the umpire. Like, I don't know, that for me was the best. And then when the first pitch was thrown and it was just silent, and I was like, oh my God, he doesn't know he needs to call something. And then like that first call, he calls it a strike. and the crowd gets so excited. So then he's just calling everything strikes and dancing, and it's just like escalating, and then ends up in a big brawl, right? So it's just like those, like that sequence, like I just thought was so funny. Like I was like, so it still was able to capture some of that stuff for me, but it wasn't like every little silly bit. I was like, oh, this is fucking brilliant, or this is so funny.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a mix between, like, some of them really landed with me and I connected because I thought they were really funny, and others I thought this is just too silly. Like, this is just too dumb.
That's fair. I've always
But
wondered.
that's the type of movie it is, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
But I've always wondered, because this kind of movie, yeah, they kind of pack in as many zingers and jokes as they can in dialogue, but at the same time, there's so much physical stuff that's in the background that is, you know, they're masters at that, where the scene is the main characters in the foreground, but the background, there's a whole entire, you know, funny gag in the background. So I always wondered when actors, when they got this script and they're reading it through and they're reading a dialogue, I'm really curious as to what these scripts look like in terms of what's written out, right? And how much of it is maybe on this they go to set and maybe there's a new thing that they can spoof on and they add it in, and they, you know, there's probably a lot of room for improv and a lot of room for creative sort of additions. But so Hayden, if you were to write something like this, do you literally write all the things in the action? What do you call it?
That's exactly what it's called. The action.
That's what it's called.
The action part.
So,
Yeah.
so yeah.
I am going to say no. I don't think they would. I've never written a comedy script, which is something that I would love to do, but I feel like it would go down to a lot of rehearsal. So they would probably have some of the gags written in there, and then obviously when it comes to shooting or rehearsal or table reads even, they would see how the joke landed with people, and then they would get them to just riff and see what they came in, and it would lead a lot to the actors having the chops to do that. But then, like you said, with the multiple layers of like background gags and to foreground gags and stuff, that's a whole nother level, I think.
Yeah, because I was wondering I don't know if you guys remember, but there's a scene where he goes to see the bad guy, and he says that he has a lot of extravagant things, and one of them was a tiny little sword from the Emperor of Japan or whatever, and it gets destroyed in water or something like that. And so he like flicks it into the tank, and then there's a whole thing, the background story of him trying to retrieve it, and he gets bitten by like a lionfish or whatever. Like, I was wondering if all that was written out. And so if you're just reading it without seeing it in your head, you're like, this, like, is that?
I wonder too if it's something just
funny.
like where you have an actor like Leslie Nielsen,
yeah,
and you know what he's capable of, and it's like, okay, this is the setup. The thing that can't go in water gets in water. Like, the dialogue, I'd imagine, is all scripted, and then like that, it's like during this conversation, Leslie, you know, just you're trying to get the pen out of the water, and maybe shoot different things of him doing different stuff.
Right. He was probably
like, maybe it's like, oh, you get bit by the fish at one point, or maybe the bit at the end where it gets on his face, like on his nose. Like maybe there's bits of it that are kind of in there, and then the rest is kind of left.
Because that stuff requires the prop, right?
Exactly. So they would have to have it there, which means it would have to be in the script.
Right.
Stuff like that, I think, also would be like, oh, what if it's lionfish, and what if it actually acts like a lion? Like, that's why it bit his finger and bit his nose. Like, no, you know, it could have just literally been, oh, the pen the sword that can't go in water ends up in the fish tank. End of scene. But they would then, like, you see it kind of like when Scorsese talks about scenes from The Departed, or the actors do, where it's like, these gangsters do this, and then what if we do this, and what if we do this? Actually, I think it was Matt Damon that talked about this, and each level of like was just worse and worse and worse and they just did it as far as they could go and then pulled it back. So maybe they do the same thing with comedy. Maybe it's just like, what can we do? What can we add on top? Okay, this is so ridiculous.
That's kind of a general rule that we were taught in film school, Justin,
Yes,
where they
exactly.
tell us to go as far as we can, even in rehearsals, and then we can dial it back. It's easier to go to 10 and then find the 7, which is appropriate, whereas you start off like
Easier
a
to
5
come down
and
than go up. Yeah.
Exactly.
And they and then the rule of improv is yes and.
Yeah.
So whatever the other actor gives you, you don't ever shut it down. It's like you just take that, and you build from there. It's interesting because I was watching Richard Jenkins. He was talking about he plays the dad in Step Brothers. If you guys remember the movie Step Brothers.
Oh yeah.
Right? And he was talking about how Adam McKay, director of it, just came up to him when they were shooting the scene out. I don't know, was at a party or whatever, and he's like, "I want you to go up and I want you to tell them that when you were younger." It's the scene where he says, "We're not when you were younger, when you grew up, you wanted to be a dinosaur."
I saw
And
that.
Richard was like, "What are you talking about? Like, no, I'm not gonna do that." He's like, "Yeah, just go." He's like, "I want you to go tell him that." He's like, "This is so dumb." Like, but he did there. And so, maybe it was written as something else, and they'd shot it or whatever, because they didn't get into that. But Adam, the director, just goes, "Yeah, just go say this to them." And then, of course, Will and Riley. Fuck, why am I forgetting his first name?
John
C. Riley, being the comedic geniuses they are, just went with it, right? And then they just built and built and built, and it turned out to be this like really funny scene. So yeah, who knows how much is scripted, how much is not, but I think definitely when you're on set, especially with comedies, you're probably given a little bit more time to experiment.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, I think to go just on one of the greats of comedy real quickly, Robin Williams, it's been confirmed by the director just recently actually that when he did Mrs. Doubtfire, there are so many takes of that film, and there is a R-rated version of that film as well, where the director just let him go. He's like, some of the jokes were so bad that so adult that they couldn't fit into a PG-13 film, but they kept all the takes. So it's like there is a version out there that is.
Oh, we got to start a petition to get that out, man.
Yeah,
that's so good. That'd be so good.
I'd pay to watch that.
Oh yeah, I wonder if
I've
he
heard
did
that
the
about
same.
lots of films. I heard that too, actually. You remember Brandon Shaw?
Flocky?
What's that?
Flock?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He was telling me that Anchorman was like that because with Will Ferrell, they just get him to improv lines, and so there's a cut of that they could make that is just like a completely different film.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. You hear the behind the scenes of, I think it was Adam McKay. It's like, try saying whale's vagina instead, or try saying this instead, or you know what I mean? Yeah, those are hilarious.
Those are always great. Like I watched the behind the scenes of the 40-year-old virgin where they literally have like gag boards, and they're like the waxing scene. It's like, do these combinations of words and these combinations of words and see how far we can push the gag. So
I think I read that him yelling Kelly Clarkson was his
as an
like
improv
a natural
one.
like an improv thing.
So, and then I'm curious, like with this film, because it's from the 80s, if our modern humor has gone to a spot where these old style of humor doesn't always land with us. So like when Justin's saying that, my apologies first of all for being so late giving you a film that you had to fit it in on a Sunday morning, but giving you a few more days, you might have had
Monday.
Oh yeah, sorry, you would have. I gave it to you on Saturday night, didn't I?
I don't know.
It's my Sunday morning. But I wonder, like, if today's audience is like, oh, this is so stupid. This what is this humor? Is this supposed to be funny? Like, if our brains back in the 80s, 90s were wired differently to laugh at different types of gags, and
I think
today's audience is like,
there's less dick jokes back then. Now it's kind of a lot of dick jokes, like Happy Gilmore, Shaw's favorites.
but if there was one, it was like so good, like.
Just based on what you said, though, I think even as a kid watching these movies, there's an ongoing gag with these kind of movies where they would have to go from point A to point B, that they get a stuntman to do cartwheels and backflips. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, we gotta dodge, and then cut, stuntman, and he comes back up from the couch and pretend it's him. And it's used a lot. And even as a kid, I remember it's so stupid, but I still laughed. And sometimes I think I got to a point where there's a movie that they spoofed that, where it was supposed to be like, I don't know. Maybe let's pretend it's Leslie Nielsen, but even the body was this jacked dude, and the wig was really off or whatever. They spoofed that, and they made fun of that. You know what I mean?
Even in Naked Gun, they would do the scenes where it's not even a stunt person; it's literally just a doll. Like when he's running up the stairs at the baseball game, and it's her, and he's like, "Oh, come!" and then it cuts back, and it's like a doll, and he's just swinging it around.
Yeah, and the big mound of the baseball players is someone like just tosses a doll.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you just see a doll come tossing out of it. Yeah.
See,
So
it's
they
so
did
good.
kind of spoof. They did spoof that. Yeah, it was like
They knew that
they're
they
making
weren't.
fun of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They knew that they weren't to be too serious. And then even like just very, very last, like you knew from the start that when it was the cop car and it's driving through everywhere and it looks like it looks serious, and then it ends up in the ladies' locker room and it ends up in a mall, it ends up on a roller coaster. Like they know it's dumb. I still laughed at how dumb it was, but also how clever it was. And I think Mike Myers does really good with that kind of stuff in Austin Powers, because I think he's from the same
So good, man.
era, like where that kind of, the rule of threes and all of that stuff. But anyway,
Yeah.
my final thoughts. I'm glad that I watched it, and I hardly remembered any of it. I, funnily enough, remembered the opening scene the most vivid of all of it, where he takes on all of the dictators of the world.
I love how realistic they look too. Like they didn't try and hide who they were trying to make the dictators look
They
like.
even have their name on it.
Gorbachev with like the giant, like
And he wipes it off.
Wow.
He's
Yeah, he
like,
wipes
I knew it.
off. I knew it. Yeah, yeah, that kind of shit.
Yeah, so I'm glad I went back to it. It makes me excited to see the new one, to see if it's the same types of humor, if they're trying to use the 80s, 90s style of humor in a modern day, or if they're going to try and find a balance of new humor, if that's a thing.
The
New Hugh.
New
with
Hugh.
the old Hugh.
I'm very curious as to see what the younger generation thinks of it. If the type of humor is like the 80s and 90s, if we find it funny, will James find it funny? Will my nephew find it funny? That kind of thing. I'm curious.
They're also taking a gamble, I think, with two older leads. Like Liam Neeson is obviously he's in his 70s, but he's been a star for forever. And Pam Anderson is having a resurgence in her stardom, which I think is fantastic. But to have no...
Well, time out. Resurgence, Hayden. What was this resurgence? One movie? I'm just curious.
Okay, so she did
Just
the
because
last...
she's been a resurgence in your Google search history doesn't mean she's...
Resurgence...
little surge of blood to your...
Hey, I never watched
Dong.
Baywatch, but
Pops.
I watched Bodyguard? No, what was the one where... Anyway, that's a whole nother topic. There were a bunch of, like, spy girls. Anyway, she did a film, Justin, called The Last Showgirl, where she got very good reviews and accolades from it. I think it was even an award winner at Cannes. So that was, like, the start of it.
Oh, okay.
And then she's back in the popular eye because she went, the naked makeup, and it's like, I'm just embracing... Of all people in the world, Pamela Anderson to be the one to go, this is how I am naturally. I think that was very brave of her, and it's doing wonders. But this is the next step. So it is a resurgence.
We're so lucky we're wrapping this up right now because I have a comment about that. Anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
Anyway, 2 thumbs up from me. I'm glad I watched it. I think you guys enjoyed it too. And thanks for joining us for another episode. Please like and subscribe on all of your major podcast platforms. Apple, Spotify, whatever you're listening to. Chummy Thumbs is the name. Don't wear it out. You'll find us on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, X, whatever all those things are. Keep on thumbing.
Yeah, we're off. Yo, you maybe 10 seconds. But
We got 10 seconds. Thanks. Like and subscribe.
Justin, fit in your last comment.
Oh, it really pisses me off how like.